Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host of the Racing for the Climate broadcast show, Nicki Shields.
Well, thank you very much, and welcome to everyone. A very special welcome to round 5 of the RCCO World EX Championship, because today we go racing on a very special track. Yes, it's one we can all get very excited about. It is Interlagos at Sao Paulo. I mean, at the home of the Brazilian Grand Prix, a place that we have seen so many stunning Formula One races over the years. I think the one that really sticks in my mind has to be that moment. I think we all thought, of course, that Felipe Massa was about to become Formula One world champion, but it was that last corner made by Lewis Hamilton who took the title. What a moment that was in history. But tonight we are super proud because we are going live with World EX and are racing for the climate show for the very first time. So thank you for joining us, and do let us know. Get in touch with social about how you think the show's going, and also who you're supporting, which is your favourite driver, because lots of fans have asked for our show to be live tonight. So here we are, and thank you for joining us wherever you are in the world. Now, as you probably know by now, World EX is a combination of entertaining racing, but also we are here to support the fight against climate change. And well, of course, today's virtual home country, Brazil, is one of the biggest countries in the world, and facing a lot of challenges regarding the climate. Let's take a closer look. So Brazil is the largest country in South America and the 5th largest nation in the world. And of course, the amazing Amazon rainforest spans 8 countries, including Brazil, the world's largest intact forest. Now, in recent years, Brazil has started to develop and implement a really comprehensive national climate policy, and it aims to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by 37%. The country already produces a large share of its electricity from renewable energy sources, and they're planning to expand even further. There's a project at the moment, a green hydrogen project, that's going to power the lives of over 200 million people in developing economies without limiting any carbon. Now, the Brazilian E-Prix is, of course, the home event for a very special driver. And any minute now, we're going to talk to him. So first of all, let's introduce a short clip on Bruno Senna.
The name Senna is well known in the world of motor racing. Bruno Senna followed the footsteps of his famous uncle, the Formula One legend Ayrton Senna. Already at a very young age, Bruno would race go-karts against his uncle Ayrton on the family farm and kart tracks, battling his famous uncle.
I was already driving things when I was 4 years old, always playing with cars when I was younger than that. And, if it wasn't for Ayrton's accident when I was 10 years old, I'm sure that my racing career would have been much, much longer. The passion has never really gone away. It's something that I really enjoyed since I was a little kid.
In 2004, Bruno moved to England to start racing in Formula BMW UK. From there on, he worked his way through the ranks and different racing categories, like the British Formula 3 Championship, GP2, Formula 1, Formula E, and the World Endurance Championship.
Sometimes I really miss my family, miss my home, but in the end, it's part of the investment that you make for things in life.
The 37-year-old Brazilian has a wealth of experience right at the very top of the sport, whereas in the world of esports, he is still fairly new.
The first race I did was actually quite big. It was the Le Mans 24 Virtual. I had the simulator installed at home 2 days before the race. I was practicing with like a little plastic steering wheel just to get into the game and to understand procedures, how to change the car and so on. So I had really little practice.
The 5th round of World EX is the home race for Bruno at the same time, who was born and raised in Sao Paulo.
Well, of course, my goals are always to win a race every time I enter it. I know that at the moment I'm not quite there for the performance. So if I can be, a good one in the final again, I'll be happy with that.
Well, I'm very excited to say he's here with us now, live in the studio at his home rig. Bruno, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. It's obviously brilliant to be racing in Sao Paulo. Does it have a special meaning for you?
Hey Nikki, how are you? Yeah, it's
Yeah,
super
very good.
nice to be racing at home. It's very tough track for everybody. During the practice sessions, the gap is so tight; it's the tightest it's been since the first race. And we always want to do well in our home race, even if we're not there physically. We always want to do well there. So I think the racing is going to be quite interesting today.
It does seem to be getting more and more competitive. Is that just because you're getting better? Are you putting in more practice? Are you getting used to it all? What's the sort of secret to your success so far?
Well, I've been sort of in a plateau in terms of results, but I'm getting a bit closer. It's still not quite there with the top guys. They're so much more consistent. I can sometimes make a good lap time, but then they're there the whole time. So it's the same thing when I was racing in real life. I could do the lap times consistently. So yeah, practice makes perfect, and I hope that I can by the end of the season I can be up there with the top guys and hopefully challenging for the win.
Yeah, I mean, Lasse Sorensen, he's kind of in the league of his own at the moment, isn't he?
Well, he's doing very well. He's taking all the opportunities. Last time out, he was a bit unlucky, but I think it's the nature of this type of race, very short races. So if you make a small mistake, you cannot rebuild it. And we've seen my teammate Martin Stefanko, who's clearly super fast, and he's struggling for results. So I hope he gets the luck he deserves, and then hopefully we can see him winning some races as well.
And how is it being part of the William Esports team? So I think initially you were brought on as a reserve driver, but so far you've managed to contest all of the races, which is good to see. We're glad that you've been enjoying it.
It's awesome. I mean, I've done 24-hour Le Mans virtual last year with them, and I had the sim rig for a day before the race. So this time I'm a little bit more comfortable with the whole thing, and hopefully we can do lots more races together. I'm learning so much with the guys who I'm racing together with, and it's wow. It's honestly, it's the level. It's incredible in sim racing. So kudos to the guys who are making it so hard for us.
Yeah, I mean, the skill is absolutely phenomenal, isn't it? It is unbelievably competitive. Do you think today is the day? Super final? We're going to see you in that?
I find it a bit difficult. I'll be happy if I get to the final again, and hopefully this time I'll be above 5th place. But honestly, it's so tight. The gap is the closest it's been, and on this track, a small mistake costs you a lot. So racecraft will be important, and I hope that this time the experience can count a little bit more for me.
And of course, you know, as much as we love the racing, World EX is all about this fight for climate as well. And it's such an important issue that we kind of talk about over the course of the show. Is there anything that you think, you know, that's particularly pertinent to you, you know, coming from Brazil? Is there something particular that we should be doing to fight the climate crisis? Or, you know, what are you doing at the moment? Maybe you can share something.
Well, I've always been very conscious about saving water and trying to do my best to recycle and, you know, just reduce my footprint, not only the carbon footprint, but the overall footprint on the world, you know, just making life a little bit more less expensive, let's say. And I think this, if everybody did a bit of that, it would help a lot. So definitely starting to race electric cars makes a big difference, and hopefully everybody will go this route in the future.
Yeah, that's true. And it is amazing, you know, just a little bit does go a long way, that's for sure. Well, Bruno, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. And I'm just going to say good luck. And hopefully I'll see you at the very end for a celebratory interview.
Thank you very much, Nikki. See you later.
Thanks very much, Bruno. Now, we have been very fortunate to see some pretty stunning races so far. It has been wheel-to-wheel action non-stop in the inaugural season of the RCCO World EX Championship, with no less than 3 different winners in the first 4 rounds. We've been racing at Silverstone, at Sebring, Sepang, and Maastricht. So let's remind ourselves. Thank you to Dave Richardson, who can tell us what's happened in the World EX so far.
Lasse Sorensen from Denmark was the star of the first 2 rounds of the new RCCO World EX Championship. The real-world pro racing driver was able to defeat esports racer Jonic Simuncic in a tight super final at Silverstone. Sorensen had a better start and was able to keep Simoncic behind for the rest of the lap. Things were a little bit more complicated at Sebring, where the TK9 E-Speed driver produced a jump start in his qualifying race. This meant he had to go through the last chance race. Starting from the back of the grid, Sorensen kept calm, gained the necessary positions, and finally made it into the super final yet again. This time, Sorensen stayed close to pole sitter Alain Terzic from BS Plus competition and attacked him in the last corner. A slight touch at the rear was enough to unsettle Terzic a little bit, and Sorensen took his second victory in a row. Sorensen was fast also at Sepang, but made an unusual mistake when he went off on his own while leading the Pro Racers semi-final. The bizarre reason: the 150-meter marker before turn 4 had disappeared following an incident on the previous lap. As usual, Sorensen braked at the first board, but this was the 100-meter marker and thus 50 meters too late. US boy Philippe Dennis from BS Plus competition took the present and went on to score the first victory for the Zebras in World EX. Round 4 provided spectacular and close racing on the virtual city street circuit in Maastricht. World Championship leader Lasse Sorensen had a rough time in Maastricht. The Dane proceeded to level 5 despite rolling in level 4. It was game over for Sorensen in level 5 when he took Bruno Senna and himself out of the final. After a dramatic last lap in level 5, both R8G Esport drivers proceeded to the super final, with Risto Capit beating his teammate Gordon Much in the one-lap shootout by just 14 thousandths of a second. The Estonian becoming the first esports racer to win a World EX event. After 4 of 10 rounds, Lasse Sorensen continues to lead the Drivers' Championship, with TK9 Esports still in P1 of the team standings.
Well, there you go. That brings us up to speed. You can't beat a good city street circuit, can you? There was lots of drama in Maastricht. It was great. It really did provide us with some incredible racing, making it a little bit more difficult to overtake, that's for sure, than the race before at Sepang. But let's look forward, because I'm very excited to see what is going to happen at Interlagos. And actually, in a moment, we will have Mike Rockenfeller, who is going to take us on a virtual lap of Interlagos and tell us what we can look out for. But before we do that, let's take a look at the latest news from the RCCO World EX Championship.
Rocket Sim Sports is a popular addition to the World EX grid for the next 2 rounds at Interlagos and the night race at Estoril. The team run by Ed Trevelyan Johnson is a joint venture, which as well involves former Formula 1 world champion Jenson Button, who also recently entered the all-electric Extreme E Series. Racing for Rocket Sim Sports will be pro racing driver Alex Buncombe, who has an esports background in the Nissan GT Pro Academy program, and Devin Braun, who has been competing in World EX as a wildcard driver in the opening round at Silverstone. The team is very popular and won the Twitter voting to decide the level 1 pairings for today's event. Nico Muller will finally be on the grid for the first time for his very own Nianco team. The DTM and Formula E star won the RCCO #RaceHome charity racing series last year with the Audi e-tron Vision Gran Turismo, which led to the creation of Nianco Esports and a partnership with Racing Fuel Simulators. So far, clashes with other commitments prevented Muller from taking part in a World EX event as a driver, but today we'll finally see his debut. Romain Grosjean, Yifi Yi, and Baitsky Visser all have other commitments in the real world today. Therefore, they will miss the EX Prix of Brazil. Gordon Much, Hongli Yi, and Philippe Dennis will replace them tonight. World EX has released a slightly revised schedule, confirming an Italian EX Prix at Monza as the 10th venue for the series. Apart from the final in November, all races are now happening on the last Tuesday of a month. Kelvin van der Linde is leading the DTM series after a commanding victory for Abt Sportsline at the season opener at Monza. The South African raced for WRT in the American World EX round and is since then following the series closely despite rolling his EX0 at Sebring.
moment. Poor old Kelvin van Linder there rolling at Sebring. But luckily this happened in the virtual world and not in DTM at Monza. We would not want that to happen to any of the drivers that are racing today. But congratulations to Kelvin. And maybe we will see him again on the World EX grid later this year. But now, as I promised earlier, it is time to have a detailed look on today's track. So Interlagos is 4.3 kilometers long, and the Formula One track record stands at about 1 minute and 10 seconds. Yeah, it's fast, but our all-electric EX era is not that much slower. So let's find out and go to our World EX co-founder and Le Mans winner, Mike Rockenfeller, to take us on a virtual lap at Interlagos.
Yeah, I have the honor again to take you on board the EX0 tonight in Sao Paulo. What a great racetrack, a lot of tradition, obviously. We have all the memories of Ayrton Senna battling there and all the other big names, especially in Formula One. So yeah, it's going to be great, and I take you on board. So let's check it out. So we are on start finish here in Sao Paulo, starting our lap like always. It's going up the hill now. Braking is downhill underneath this bridge for corner 1. Easy to lock the front left. Can hook a bit on the curb, hook here on the curb. And then this left-hander is really important to take it flat and carry all the speed. Here will be maybe some good opportunity for overtaking here. Braking for this left-hander. Missed a bit the apex, not too bad. Now again, flat out left-hander. You can use a bit of exit curb here. Now this is a nice section. It's very fast right-hander over the crest. Braking on the crest when the car is light. For this tight right-hander here, followed again by a downhill left-hander, and here we will have another right-hander. I lost the car almost. Just catched it here into this left-hander here. Last section now. Last corner, very important now to use the four-wheel drive and all the power we have in the car. The 1000 horsepower. It's nice up the hill here with all the speed we have in the car, and I'm sure some good slipstream effect here. So I'm looking forward for tonight's racing. Thanks for watching.
I love that. The concentration, Mike. Well done. I've got to say, it is hard to talk through a lap when you are concentrating so hard on putting on a good performance. But thanks for taking us through that, Mike. We really do look forward to some entertaining action on this iconic.
World EX has a unique format with a the winner takes it all approach and pro racing drivers from the real racing world competing with some of the planet's fastest esports racers. 10 events are scheduled for Season 1. 10 permanent teams are racing for the climate and the World Championship titles. Each team has 2 drivers, 1 pro from the real racing world and 1 esports racer. Every EX Prix has 6 levels and a total of 17 short rallycross inspired races. Level 1 is the qualifying. The 20 drivers of the 10 teams go head to head in 10 races over just 1 lap. The Level 1 pairings are decided by one of the 10 teams, while a fan vote on Twitter defines which of the drivers will start from pole. So head to Twitter next time to vote for your favourite driver. The 10 winners of the qualifying races proceed directly to Level 3, the quarter-finals. Level 2 is the last chance for all those drivers that were defeated in Level 1. They are challenged by 2 ambitious wildcard drivers who will have the advantage of starting from the front row of the grid. Will they be able to make the cut? The top 3 pro racing drivers and the top 3 esports racers from the last chance race will proceed to Level 3, the quarter-finals. The pro racing drivers are competing in quarter-final 1, the esports racers in quarter-final 2. The top 6 drivers of each quarter-final move up to Level 4, so don't be last or second last. Level 4, it's getting tougher. Only the top 3 drivers of each semi-final will proceed to Level 5, the final. Now, it's time to mix the fastest pro racing drivers with the fastest esports racers. The pros will start from the inside, the esports racers from the outside. The winner will secure the pole for Level 6, the Super Final. He or she will be joined by the best placed driver from the other group, so watch out for a race within the race. The Super Final is a one-lap head-to-head battle which decides the overall winner of the EX Prix. All event winners qualify for the final shootout, which will decide the Drivers' World Champion on the famous Nürburgring Nordschleife. Who will get the ticket for the Green Hell today? This is Level 1, the qualifying.
Okay, well, there we are. That is hopefully enough to get you excited about the new race format that we have been really enjoying. Now we're going to take a look at the driver pairings that we're going to see today. Or maybe we're not going to see the driver pairings. Ah, there we go. Okay, so lining up along the Brazilian Bruno Senna, we have Gabi Chaves for the Patrick Long Esports team. Alex Terzic, who's put in a sterling performance so far, will be lining up alongside the William Esports driver Martin Stefenko in his 98. Then we've got Gordon Much for the Predator team, and he'll be lining up alongside Hongli Ye. Mr. Capet in his number 10 car will be lining up alongside Michi Hoyer. Then in the BS Plus competition team, we've got Philippe Dennis, and for Nianco Esports, it's Nico Muller. Devin Brown in the number 23 car, and then Luca Kita will be in the number 11. And we've got Alex Buncombe, one of the pro drivers, British pro drivers, in the number 22. And then for Biela Racing, we've got Frank, the man himself. Andreas Jochimsen is going to be in the number 9 for TK9 eSpade. And then we've got for Nianco Esports, Dries van der Thorn in the 32. And in number 7, we've got Lasse Sorensen. Fabrice Cornelis in the number 31, and in the number 29, we've got Liam Duval. So there we go. That summarises who we're going to be, who's going to be pairing up today. Let's have a quick chat to Bruno Senna, who is going to be qualifying first, but he looks like he's focusing at the moment. Bruno, can you hear me? How are you doing?
Hi, Nikki. How are you?
Yeah, very good. Thank you. Just a quick word before the start of the race. Is the tension building?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's always tough, and in this track, it's the smallest mistakes that count. So I'm hoping that this time I'll have a clean race, and then I can hopefully finish ahead and have myself a nicer, easier way up the races.
Yeah, it's unbelievably close, isn't it? Well, let's see if we can have a chat to the driver that you're going up against, another pro driver, Gabi Chaves from the USA, racing for Patrick Long Esports. Gabi, good to see you. How are you feeling about this race?
It's great to be here. I'm excited. You know, this track is super fun in this car. Bruno's gonna be some real tough competition. I'm hoping maybe he makes a mistake like he did in Sebring, because I don't think I have his speed quite yet.
Is it quite cool? You're going up against the Brazilian great Bruno Senna, you know?
Yeah, he's on home turf, so he's got the home field advantage here.
Ah, there we are. The excuses are coming in already. Well, guys, good luck for your qualifying race.
Good luck, mate. Let's do it. Let's have some fun.
Let's do it. Thanks.
Oh, look. Let's see. It looks like I'm starting a bit behind.
Oh, good. I'm going to need it.
It's not ideal. Well, I got a good start.
I didn't.
So here we go then, green flag, and qualifying is underway. Gabi Chaves and Bruno Senna. And, well, Always knew it was going to be tight between these two on this Interlagos circuit, and it's looking
This
that
trim is
already.
so powerful on this car.
I was so lost into turn one.
And Gabby then really concentrating very hard, and Bruno Senna then currently leading the way
Sorry,
and showing
Nick, I
a
cannot
clean
talk too
pair of
much. I
heels.
have to focus right now.
So there we have Bruno Senna, Gabby Chavez then in our first level 1 qualifying. And the difference between the two of them is currently just 4/10.
I think my grid spot had a bit more grip, Gabby.
I'm gonna follow your line here.
Gabby trying to have a go there. Corner. Following the wheel tracks of Bruno Senna. Oh, out wide. Tries to duck to the inside now.
Oh, I didn't get a good exit.
Oh, I got a good exit, thankfully.
Senna, you certainly did get a good exit there. And showing a clean pair of heels to Gabby Chavez then. Of course, the lap just goes oh so quickly and across the line.
Oh,
Bruno Senna.
That would have been close if I had gotten a good exit.
I
Drop
know.
was big.
Oh, I got lucky there. Oh, man. It's so easy to make big mistakes with this car and this track. Ah.
Oh, brilliant. Bruno, did you tell me to stop talking to you because you had to concentrate at the beginning?
Well, normally you talk to me during the race. I was just, preventing the whole chatty Nicki.
I love that. You're just like, Nicki, just let me concentrate, let me focus. But you did all right. I mean, Gabby had a bit of a tricky start, which I think gave you the advantage.
It seems like Gabby had a bad start, which I was lucky because I was a few positions behind. But then obviously into turn one, I just, did a little bit of a little lunge, but stayed in place. And then he was pushing me hard, so I couldn't make any mistakes. And happy to say that I got this one. So happy days. Good start.
Very good start indeed. Well done. Okay, so there you are. You can see the results are coming in for qualifying. Bruno Senna sitting at the top. Our next qualifying race is going to be between two esports drivers, Alan Terzic and Martin Stefanko. And hopefully we'll be able to have a quick word with them as they line up on the grid. I think Bruno there obviously reminded us that it is very challenging, particularly in this race format. There we go. We can see Alan Terzic, who is going to be racing for BS Plus competition, and then Martin Stefanko, who is for William Esports. Well, Bruno, we've still got you with us, so I'm sure the other two are just getting ready. We can carry on talking. Oh, who are you waving to? In fact, here we go. Perhaps we are going to... there we go. Right. Alan, how's it going? Can you hear me? And are you fully focused like Bruno just was for this qualifying session?
Fully focused, prepared, and ready to go, yes.
Fantastic. That's what we like to hear. Obviously, you're going head-to-head now against Martin Stefanko. He's going to be a tough one to beat.
Yeah, he's one of the quickest guys on the grid, so let's hope I get lucky again.
Yeah. I'm sure it's more than luck.
Well, I hope so too. You can't get lucky every time.
How much practice have you been putting in ahead of this one?
Not too much, been busy with work, but I think we're all on pretty similar pace, so...
All right, well, good luck. And now we'll see if we can find out how Martin Stefanko's feeling.
Yeah, I'm feeling okay. Hopefully it goes right this time. So we'll see. We'll see.
Was there a bit of pent-up frustration from last time out?
Maybe.
Well, good luck.
Here we go then. Martin Stefanko, Alan Terzic side by side as they go into their level 1 qualifying now into turn 1 here on this extraordinary 4.3 kilometer Interlagos circuit. Look at the concentration from Alan Terzic then, who's absolutely taking as much tarmac as he possibly can to propel himself. But Martin Stefanko has far from given up on this. After but a few hundred meters in every single wheel track of Alan Terzic at the moment. And Alan can afford to make little or no mistakes. The car just getting a little sideways, then the back end stepping out a little bit. Martin Stefanko, is he able to take advantage? Oh, he gets so close. Now, Terzic knows that Stefanko just needs half an invitation, and he will be through like a viper ready to pounce. But currently, it is Terzic that holds it together. He's P1 and Martin Stefanko P2. Then the run uphill now. Both of them kicking some dust up now through this turn. Almost a double apex turn here. Come on. Who's it going to be then as they run towards the line?
No, stay back. Yes.
Whoa!
My God.
That was so close.
Jesus.
Nice race,
what
man.
a race.
Always a pleasure with you.
Same, man. Good race. At least I have good race time, so at least I'll be in a good position to crawl back.
Well, I missed a couple of apexes. Sorry for that.
Yeah, no,
okay.
it's all good, man. All good. GG.
GG.
Well, that was an incredibly close qualifying session, guys. With some real wheel action.
Yeah, that
was
amazing, guys. Great race. It was I would say a real photo finish at the end. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it was.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah, way too close.
It's a tough track, I guess, to overtake anyway.
Yeah.
It is, yeah. Basically, the only chance is on the main straight, I would say. So if you're the car behind, so in the corners, pretty much, unless the car doesn't make a mistake, no chance really.
Yeah, I think you guys are sorted for the rest of the evening. Looks like.
At least I didn't break 50 meters later than I was supposed to.
That's a good start already.
Man, I felt so sorry
really
for you last time.
That's I'm improving. I'm moving forward. I'm learning. Yeah? So we'll see. At least I have a good race time. So when I get to the next like the last chance, at least I'll be in good position. I hope so. Yeah. Should be good.
Good luck.
Good luck,
cheers.
boys.
So there we have it, the qualifying results for race 2. We've got Alan Terzic, followed by Martin Stefanko. But it really was, as Mike Rockenfeller just said then, pretty much a photo finish. Right, okay, so the next two drivers who are lining up on the grid, we've got Gordon Much and Honley Ye. Gordon, how you doing?
Yeah, doing very well, thank you.
Right, now
Hey,
we just
Gordon,
saw
how
pretty
are
much
you?
a photo finish in qualifying 2. Are we going to have the same in this race?
Yeah, I think it should be really close. I think coming out the last corner, it's a very, very long straight, and the slipstream is super strong in these cars. So I think we're going to see a lot of very, very close photo finishes, and I think a lot of the time we're going to have a different person leading coming over the line than what was coming out the last corner. So I think it should be very exciting.
Yeah.
And how does
can you
this compare? Oh, sorry.
Sorry, can you two maybe switch on the camera? Just quick.
Yeah,
quick if you have the chance.
I've got my camera on.
Oh, okay, because I can't see you.
I
Anyway,
can
the
see
most
him.
important
Well,
is
it's
that
great.
you guys.
He's
Ah,
got his
okay.
kit on and
That's great.
everything.
Good. Sorry, I couldn't
your
see
glasses
you.
on, Mike.
So anyway, good luck. Yeah, I need glasses. That's for sure. It's already late. But yeah, let's make a nice race, and hopefully we have another photo finish and a close battle. I'm sure it's going to be exciting to watch you.
Yep, let's go for it.
Drive? Should I press drive? Hello?
Yeah, you need to go on grid.
Okay. There you go.
So we are standing by then for the next level 1 qualifying. Will it be as close as the last one? And boy, that was close. A real photo finish. Here we go. Good and much then, and Hong Li Yi side by side into turn number 1. Oh, and Hong Li Yi taking big advantage there as Gordon Much got all tangled up. So now what can Gordy do to come back at Hong Li Yi? Now, he was the one, of course, that was talking about the huge draft advantage that you can get on the last section of this circuit, and Gordon is certainly going to need that. So Hong Li Yi leading from Gordon Much then in this qualifying, the one-lap shootout then to see who gets the honours in these qualifying sessions. Absolutely love this. The strategy of the RCCO World EX Championship means it's short, sharp, fast, furious fun. Great for the drivers, great for us to enjoy as well. And here comes Gordon Much then, as anticipated, right on the back of Hong Li Yi. Now, Hong Li Yi, of course, what he doesn't want to do is allow Gordon Much to take advantage of the slipstream effect in the final stages of this lap, because that is where Gordon could come good. He knows how to do this, and as they make the run for the line now, this is where Gordon Much and Hong Li Yi are going to be so close. Is it going to be a photo finish like the last one? Yes, it is. And Gordon Much, I think, has taken it.
Damn.
That way? Ah, very good luck.
Good race, guys.
Thanks.
Cheers.
What happened, Gordy, in corner 1?
Yeah, I think I just like myself a little bit. Just made a small mistake into turn 1, went a bit wide. And yeah, unfortunately, that was that.
Gordon, well done. That was incredibly close.
Yeah, thank you.
How does this track compare to the other races that you've competed in so far in the season?
It's a lot, more technical. Of course, my first race was Maastricht. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Which was, very, 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 very fast, very tight. And this one's, a lot different. You're constantly turning. You don't get a break. So yeah, no, it's quite interesting, quite good fun. But yeah.
Well done. Made it through to the next round. We'll see you later. There we have it, the results of qualifying 3. Gordon Much there for RBG Esports, and then Hong Li Yi for Absolute Racing coming in just behind him. Right, so who is lining up next on the grid? So in qualifying 4, we've got Risto Capet for R8G Esports and Mickey Hoyer for Absolute Racing. Mickey Hoyer, can you hear me all right?
Yes, can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, wonderful. Right, okay, so we are midway through the season after this race. Things are starting to really heat up. Are you feeling the pressure?
I mean, the first couple of rounds have still been learning process, and also as the style has changed and the schedule has changed for this round a little bit. So it's another little bit period of learning, but yeah, we're getting the rhythm, and of course, with just 5 races to go after this one, results become more important.
Yeah, they do indeed. And how do you feel about your competitor in this race?
I know him very well. I know that he's really good, and well, it's going to be close.
Any little sort of tips that you're going to be able to do to take him out?
No, we just try to do our best and stay on the grid and on the track, and best will win.
Right, brilliant,
Yeah.
brilliant.
Don't take me out, please.
Yeah, I'll try my
Wise
best.
words, wise words. Yeah, don't take each other out. Right, good luck, guys.
You.
Here we go
Luck,
then,
Risto.
with the
Good
next
luck.
qualifying. It's level 1, Risto Capet and Mickey Hoyer then. We are about to go green. And another hot rocking lap to come around this Interlagos circuit then. And Risto Capet And Mickey Hoyer then two very, very close and tight racers who know how to drive these cars. And these cars, the EX0 machines, extraordinarily powerful, of course. We saw, if you were watching earlier on, the onboard lap with Mike Rockenfeller. Even someone as talented as Mike can get it wrong sometimes and very nearly lost the car into one of the turns. So at the moment then, this is the way it's going. It's Hoyer ahead of Capit then, Mickey Hoyer then, and Risto Capit, both the esports drivers. And Risto, of course, a Sim Formula Europe 2020 winner. And not only that, he's got his fingers in lots of pies, including renewable stocks. And we're on board now with Risto then. Oh, getting locked up on the steering wheel, running uphill as well. Next is the left-hander. Just kisses the apex, but Mickey Hoyer is up the road. You can see the focus and concentration on the face of Mickey Hoyer. But we have seen now in the previous qualifying sessions...
I hope.
Just how valuable this draft can be. Look, closing. Well done, Mickey. Well done, Risto.
Yeah, quite heavy in that downhill left-hand turn 11, right?
Yeah, but man, I was too cautious into turn 1 after seeing Gordy outbrake himself. I did, no practice starts actually. I had no brake marker.
No, it was good, guys. Good race. It looks like this one lap, it's really down to the start and corner 1, and then you just have to bring it home. And like you said, I mean, just the second to last corner. If you're a bit closer, maybe you have the chance to get the toe. But anyway, it's still, there's another chance. So good luck for the rest of this evening.
Yes, thanks.
So there we have it. Qualifying 4, Mickey Hoyer manages to take the win in that race, followed by Risto Capet, who managed to lose a little bit of time there at turn 1. All right, so now we are heading into qualifying 5, and we've got a member of the BS Plus competition team, one of the pro drivers, Philip Dennis, going up against Nico Muller for Nianco Esports. Philip, how you doing?
Well, I'm feeling pretty ready for this race and looking forward to see how it plays out.
So you've managed to watch the last 4 qualifying races. What have you learned from it so far?
Looks like it's important to get out front and try and get a good run coming out of the last corner to try and stay ahead, let the draft, or hope the draft doesn't do its thing and stay out front.
And we've got Nico Muller joining us this time. Nico, have you been listening to the words of Philip here, who you're going up against in a moment?
Yeah.
Do these words resonate?
For sure. Yeah, listening closely, watching closely, a lot to learn. It's obviously the first event I managed to join, and really exciting, looking forward to it. And hope that we'll deliver some good action.
All right then, guys. Well, I will leave you to it. Good luck for the race.
So the cars on the grid then. At long last, we welcome Nico Muller onto the grid. Of course, the Nianco Esports driver. And, of course, 24-hour Nürburgring winner, 2-time DTM vice champion up against Philip Dennis. They are side by side ready for this level 1 race then. And we are about ready to go. Hold on to your hats. This is going to be a close one, I feel sure. Let's go then. Qualifying is underway. This one lap. Hot lap. And boy, it's going to be very, very interesting. Nico Muller on the outside then of Philip Dennis. Just gets his nose in front, but then loses it by carrying too much curb. Philip Dennis tries to get right alongside Nico Muller. They are absolutely side by side. Brilliant qualifying that we're watching here with Nico Muller then trying to make that EX0 a little bit wider than it really is to try and prevent Philip Dennis from coming through. Philip giving it everything he can, and they couldn't be closer if those two cars were welded together. Around the outside is a long way around. Philip Dennis is prepared to try it now, tries to get underneath the Nico Muller car. Once again, Nico metaphorically sticking his elbows out, trying to make it as difficult as possible for Philip Dennis, but bear in mind, Right at the end of the lap, the slipstream to come, the toe that you can get off the car in front. This could play into the hands of Philippe Dennis here. Let Nico Muller do all the hard work now and then just be in a position to take advantage. Perhaps. Who am I? I'm merely talking about it. I'm not in the cars driving them. And boy, around this Interlagos circuit, this has been so far qualifying par excellence. Right, Nico Muller then. Where's he going to put the car to try and break the toe from Philippe Dennis as they head towards the line?
Oh, man.
Muller just takes it.
It's the same thing every time. Whoever gets out front just stays in front and that straight away.
Yeah. But it's good fun, eh?
It was tight. Good job, Nico. That looked good.
I was bloody tense, eh?
Yeah.
More tense than in a DTM race, Mike.
Good stuff.
Oh, congratulations, Nico. I love that. So was that quite stressful?
Actually, yeah, I had no clue what to expect, if I'm really honest. I did my first few laps, 1.5 hours ago, I would guess, on this track. And I did some, together with my teammates before. I think it was in Malaysia. But then I was like, okay, when I watched the times from the other guys who have done this for some time now, I was like, okay, there is some work to do. But like Mike said to me before, it's not about the lap time in the end. You need to cross the line first. And luckily I managed to do so. So pretty pleased.
Excellent advice there from Mike Rockenfeller. Has paid off for Nico Muller, who takes the win in qualifying 5. Philippe Dennis there rolls in second. Right, okay, so now we go into our next race, qualifying 6, and we've got Devin Brown for Rocket Simpson and Luca Kita for Biela Racing Team Euronics. Luca, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Great. Right, okay, so we are getting towards the end of qualifying now. How are the nerves feeling?
My feeling is quite calm, so I try my best, make the best out of it. So, yeah.
What do you rate?
Nothing
What
I
do you
can
rate
do
your
more.
chance? What do you rate your chances against Devin Brown?
I mean, it will be very hard. He's really good. So, yeah, I hope for P1, maybe slipstream.
Devin, let's have a catch up with you as well. Well, I think actually your race might be underway very soon, so I better let you get back to the start of the race. I don't want to distract you. So good luck and we'll catch up at the end.
So the cars on the grid then. Devin Brown and Luca Kita then side by side, ready to go. We have but a few seconds then before we get the klaxons.
Good luck.
And good luck and great camaraderie between these two drivers. Hold on to your hats. Rocket Sim Sport up against Biela Racing Team Euronics then. And Devin Brown then carrying quite a bit of curb there, closing in Luca Kita. So we have seen thus far in qualifying, it has been perhaps one of the most close qualifying tracks that we've seen in the World EX Championship. And this is as close as any of them, truthfully. Luca Kita and Devin Brown. Luca Kita then right on the back of Devin Brown. Devin Browner at the moment has got the gun seat and is in that P1 position, but we know how dangerous that toe can be around the final part of the circuit, but we've got quite a few turns to do before we get there. And Luca Kita is certainly not someone that is going to wait for that necessarily. If an opportunity presents itself, he's going to be through. So you could see there, Devin Brown just controlling the back end of the car and keeping it onto the tarmac. Nice, clean, and tidy. Just sliding it a little bit where it allows. And is looking very, very quick towards the conclusion of the lap. And of course, that's what he needs to do. He needs to break the toe if he possibly can to prevent Luca Kita from getting the opportunity to get up real close and take advantage of that slipstream across the line. Devin Brown takes it from Luca Kita.
Good race.
Yeah, congratulations, Devin. Good job, I would say. Look controlled, but like we said before, on this track, overtaking is really, really difficult. And once you, let's say, win the start and you bring it home until the last corner, it's it's almost guaranteed. But I'm sure the next levels with more laps, we will see some more action going into corner 1. So good job there. I think both of you are really quick, and Luca, I'm sure you have a next in level 2. You have a good chance to go through.
I hope.
Keep pushing.
So there we go, another tight race for qualifying 6. Devin Brown comes out on top for Rocket Sim Sport, but it's Luca Kita just behind for Biela Racing Team Euronics. Okay, so we're getting towards the end of qualifying. We've got qualifying 7 now. This is a race between 2 pro drivers. We've got Alex Buncombe for the Rocket Sim Sport team, and Frank Biela for his own team, Biela Racing Team Euronics. Let's have a chat with Alex first. Right, Alex, you've seen the progress, you've seen the competition. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, for sure. It looks. I've been obviously watching the last few one-lap battles we've had, and it looks super close. So these cars just produce great racing. So I can't wait to get started.
Excellent. I think I was just hearing that. Sorry, Mike.
Yeah, I just heard that Frank might be not joining the race, so this is an easy one for you then to bring it home. You can get some more practice. He's located in the Czech Republic, and it looks like they have really thunderstorms and bad weather. So,
okay.
Unfortunately, he can't race you, but nevertheless, do your one lap and you move on, and that's it.
Sure.
I mean, we are live. What can we do? We can't change the weather, right?
Absolutely.
Frank's with you in spirit. He's lining up alongside you with the grid in spirit.
Well, Alex Buncombe, then, this is going to be one of the easiest ones for you. Just a couple of seconds away from the klaxons. So, Alex Buncombe, then, with a very good start into turn 1. Now, Alex driving for the Rocket Sim Sport team, then, representing the UK. Alex is from Taunton in the UK. It's an area of the UK well known for its fine cider. And incidentally, should you meet Alex in the paddock at any time during racing, super guy that he is, and if he invites you out invites you back to his for dinner, take it, because he's a darn good cook as well. So Alex Buncombe, then, we can see as he focuses and concentrates, the 2015 Blancpain champion. He certainly knows how to drive, and he benefit of, well, I have to say, Alex, I'm not sure that corner was exactly as you planned it to be. Of course, he's making his debut here in the RCCO World EX Championship. Delighted to have him on board. And regrettably, Frank Biela then not able to join us due to technical issues. He's situated in the Czech Republic, as Mike was saying, and therefore is not able to join us. So Alex Buncombe then with a relatively easy run to the line, with no threat of anyone taking advantage of any of the tow that he's able to create as he heads towards the line. And no surprise, Alex Buncombe, P1.
Yeah, rather nice way to be eased into this championship.
Absolutely.
We don't do
nice
it.
And easy on me.
We don't. Yeah, we don't do it with all our debutants.
Okay, I look forward to the next one.
How do you rate your lap though, as a qualifying lap?
I was pretty happy with it, actually. I see Devon, my teammate, did a 19.3, and I think that was a 19.5 or something. So pretty happy with that. Yeah, it's good.
Excellent. Start as you mean to go on.
Thank you very much. See you in a minute.
Thanks, Alex.
Thank you.
Well, there we have it. Qualifying 7, and it's Alex Buncombe on his debut race will take his win in qualifying and go through to the next round. Unfortunately, Frank Biela could not participate due to technical difficulties. Okay, so now we go into qualifying 8. We've got 2 of our esports drivers going head-to-head. Andreas Jochimsen for the TK9 eSpeed team and Thomas Schmidt for the Nianco esports team. Right, let's have a quick catch-up first, if we can, with Andreas.
Yeah. Hey.
Andreas, how's the practicing been going? This is quite a technical track, quite a challenging track, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's a bit smaller than the other tracks we have been driven on. So of course, yeah, the lap times is a lot closer than the other times. But yeah, it's a technical track, and I think it's a good track for giving some fun race.
That's what I like to hear. Let's go over to Thomas, see how his preparation has been going. Hi, Thomas.
Yeah, good.
So,
Hi.
oh, we got fighting talk from Andreas. Are you feeling the same?
Yeah, the whole field is quite close, so yeah, it will be a close race, I think.
Have you had time to put in the necessary practice to get yourself a spot in the super final?
Well, I don't think so, but let's try at least.
All right, good luck.
Thanks.
So Thomas Schmidt there really underplaying his chances. Is that a bit of a psychological battle going on? Let's see, we're about to go. Andreas Jochumsen on the inside, and what a start from Thomas Schmidt. He certainly was able to put the pedal to the metal, but here comes Andreas Jochumsen through. And Thomas Schmidt then trying to come back at him now. I love this overhead shot that we could see right at the start. So Andreas Jochumsen then leading Thomas Schmidt, but here comes Schmidt on the inside there, side by side. In this level 1 qualifying, Schmidt just got his nose in front. Little bit of a lock-up. So it's Schmidt, Jochumsen now as it's all change. But Andreas Jochumsen is fighting back here. A little bit of a lock-up coming from Thomas Schmidt from Nianco Esports. And Schmidt, it is that holds that P1 position at the moment. But I'll tell you what, Andreas Jochumsen is giving it everything that he possibly can here for TK9 eSpeed. What a battle of the Titan Esports drivers here, all sideways from the Nianco Esports Schmidt car. And Jochumsen not quite able to take advantage. But of course, what's to come? It's the tow opportunity. So, Nianco Esports then with Thomas Schmidt, P1, Andreas Jochumsen, P2. Yes, let's see. Come on, guys. As they head towards the line, this is where Jochumsen can get this benefit. Is he going to take it?
Close, yes.
Whoa.
Wow, that was fun. Side by side, the half of the lap, so that was fun.
Wow, that was incredibly close.
Yeah, like expected. So yeah, it was really good fun. I think the time is not the best, but yeah, at least it turns out well for me.
Yeah, Andreas, I thought you were going to manage to take advantage of that slipstream and just get the edge. But yeah, Thomas, congratulations.
Yeah, a bit too far away, I guess.
Well, Thomas Schmidt there manages to confirm his position in the next level. Thomas Schmidt for Nianco Esports there, taking the win in qualifying 8. But Andreas Jochumsen put up a pretty good fight for TK9 eSpeed. Right, now we're heading into our next qualifying 9. So we've got Dries Banthorpe against Lasse Sorensen, who is the driver that sits at the moment at the top of the standings. Lasse, right, are you here to defend your championship position?
Hopefully, yeah. I mean, Dries is always a good competitor to race against, so you never know who's going to win. At the moment, it stands 1-1, so let's see who gets the second one.
Make amends for last time out?
I'm gonna do everything now. I mean, this one is it's not only ice cream now; it's also a big beer. So we are playing big games at the moment.
Right. Well, Dries, you heard it. There's beer involved now. We're talking business.
Yeah, I mean now I really have to get my head down, you know, because it's more than it's more special than just an ice cream. But you know, I mean, all the people that are voting really likes to see me racing against him. So I mean, it's maybe, you know, maybe we have to share a car next year. I don't know, but everybody likes us to race against each other, so it's fun.
Oh, well, we love to watch you compete, that's for sure. Good luck.
Thank you.
Sadly, I'm always on the outside here.
Oh, yes, that's good. Yeah.
So here we go then.
They really always like to see us race against each other. Oh,
Yeah. I don't really know why, but we must be good racing.
You underplay just how popular you two are. Lasse Sorensen, Dries Van Tor then into their level 1 shootout between the two of them.
right.
TK9
All good.
E-Speed and, of course, the esports team WRT for Dries Van Tor. And Lasse Sorensen on the inside. And here comes around the outside Dries Van Tor, who puts himself ahead of Lasse Sorensen. Brilliant move there, Dries. Well done. Great driving. Oh, the back end of the Lasse Sorensen car
I'm just gonna park
stepping
it
out
on the
of
exit now.
I'm gonna park it everywhere, mate.
Brilliant. I love it. The camaraderie, of course, and the competition between the two of them. And let's bear in mind that there's no beer better than Belgian beer, apparently.
That was the one corner where I always screwed up times before.
It's so hard also. Like if you hit the curb, it's just understeers.
So good to hear Dries and
You want to
Lasse
play the
then.
slipstream game, you know it.
Well, I have to.
Doing my job and doing a better job, truthfully. So Dries Van Tor leading Lasse Sorensen. Little love tap there from Lasse on the back end of Dries Van Tor.
I think I'm done.
I'm not sure.
I think I am.
Come on, Lasse. Surely Dries Van Tor tries to break the toe. Of course he does. But here comes Lasse Sorensen to the line. Oh, well, Dries Van
Guys,
Tor.
that was amazing. That was really amazing to see you guys. I think there's a good reason that people like to see you race against each other. Really, that was nice and super close. We all know on this track is so tough. We saw that before. When you win the start and you do no mistake, it's almost impossible to overtake. So good job, Dries, and yeah, Lasse, I'm sure you take your chance in level 2.
I mean, the positive side here is that I can decide the size of the beer now. So
that's a good thing.
No, I'm sure Dries, it doesn't take much.
No, it doesn't take much. So that's positive. I'm cheap, you know.
It's lovely to see the relationship. It was like those two were having a little catch up over a coffee at the amount of talking that was going on. But congratulations there to Dries Van Tor for the esports team, WRT, for taking that win. Lasse Sorensen closely behind for the TK9 E-Speed. All right, now next into our final qualifying race. Qualifying 10 with Fabrice Cornelius for the esports team WRT and Liam Deval for the Patrick Long esports team. Fabrice, now we saw how close the racing has been here at Interlagos. Is this set to continue throughout the evening?
Yeah, I think the track is really challenging, especially in the first level. Very short and very difficult to overtake. So yeah, I think the gap will be close again at the finish.
Well, let's have a chat with the man you're going up against, Liam Deval from the Netherlands.
Hello.
Liam, have you come up against Fabrice quite a few times in the world of virtual racing?
Actually, well, obviously in Road EX, but other than that, I think this is the first league where we have encountered, actually.
Yeah, I think so. Also.
Well, let's find out how you two are going to match against each other. Good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck, man. Succes.
Spreek je ook Nederlands? Succes!
Natuurlijk.
So then Fabrice and Liam are
Let's talk some English for the viewers.
They are on the grid, ready to go. Fabrice Cornelis on the inside, Liam Deval on the outside. So looking forward to this. All of them have been so close. Let's get ready to rumble. Oh, good start from Fabrice Cornelis, or certainly it appeared to be, but Liam Deval with his nose in front, but of course Fabrice Cornelis with the inside line here. And, well, nip and tuck between the two of them through the first sequence of turns here at Interlagos. And it is Liam Deval then ahead of Fabrice Cornelis currently, but nothing is taken for granted in this. We know that with the RCCO World EX Championship, as Liam Duvall ran wide there. Fabrice Cornelis was not quite close enough to be able to get right alongside, but now he takes a look, and is he going to dive underneath the car? No, not close enough to be able to do it. The top of the elevation changes here as whoa, big sideways moment then from Fabrice Cornelis, managing to hold on to the car. It's not the quickest way round, of course, when you're driving sideways. It's very entertaining for us to watch. We love it. So Liam Duvall then, with a clean pair of heels over Fabrice Cornelis at the moment, and just breaking into a bit of a gap here and building up some 0.6 or so between P1 and P2.
Quick quality of you.
Climb uphill now.
Very good lap.
Here comes the climb uphill.
Thanks, man.
And here comes the toe.
Actually.
That could be the pole, I think.
Please be pole. No, it's not. Sad.
Great job, Liam. And Fabrice, it looked like half of the lap you were just on his bumper. And then the last 3-4 corners, it looked like he was just a bit better, a touch better, and he could pull away slightly. So
yeah, with a little arrow there in the second last corner.
Yeah, it looked like, and then he was too far.
That's I fucked it back.
Okay.
Shouldn't you and me?
It's good that it happened after the race.
Well, there we go. What a way to finish off qualifying. And apologies if you heard any of that bad language. I think they just get very heated in the moment.
Of course. So,
I mean, Mike, what did you think of that? That was close, wasn't it?
Yeah, we had some good racing, for sure. I really enjoyed a few of them. And of course, like said before, you know, Nicki, it's tough on this track. To produce any better racing in one lap. But I'm sure now with more laps to go in a race, it will be more tough and we will see more action on track. But so far they all behaved, and that was really nice to see.
Yeah, it was indeed super exciting. Right, now, I think we have a short break because we have reached the end of level 1 of qualifying. So don't go anywhere because we have got plenty more action to bring you. 6 more short races, which will decide the winner of today's E-Prix of Brazil. There we go. You can see the current positions. The times, Devin Brown there, exceptional, doing a 1 minute 19.358, quickest than all the drivers today. Hello and welcome back to World EX and Racing for the Climate. Now, this is round 5, almost halfway through the championship, and we're racing on the E-Prix of Brazil at Interlagos. Now, we have had 10 qualifying races so far, but do not worry, because in case you did miss it, let's take a look at the standings after level 1. So there you have it. Devin Braun for Rocket Sim Sport. He put the fastest time in the level 1 qualifying races, a 1 minute 19.358. Alex Buncombe, who made his debut here today, second quickest, a really impressive time from him. Bruno Senna, of course, a home race for him, was hoping to take the win, which he did in his qualifying race, and it puts him at P8 in qualifying. Now, here we can see the 9 drivers who did not manage to win their qualifying race. Luca Kita for Biela Racing. Unfortunately, Frank Biela didn't even manage to set a time due to technical difficulties. But all is not lost because, of course, there is the opportunity to race again in our next level. But let's go down to the drivers and see how they're feeling ahead of the race.
Level 2, the last chance.
So there we have it, our starting grid, the last chance. So these are the losers from qualifying level 1. However, there is the opportunity to still secure a position in level 3. There you are. You can see the drivers who are going to be lining up on the grid, which includes Lasse Sorensen of course, who is one of the pro drivers, but is the driver who tops the championship standings at the moment. So he is going to be looking for a good result in this last chance race. So there we are, we can see the rest of the drivers. Martin Stefanko, he's also impressed over the last few races. Gabby Chavez, also a regular in this Esports Championship. Risto Capet, very keen. You could hear his tone. He was very, very determined to make sure he got a good result after today's race. I was thinking it was virtually a photo finish for him, but fingers crossed he can secure himself a spot in level 3. Okay, so now we're going to go to one of the drivers and see how they're feeling about the last opportunity. Right, so this is the last chance. This is the moment you need to secure the, So actually, we're going to speak to our pole sitter. So we've got Nakib Aslan, who's going to be taking it on pole. Nakib, how are you feeling about taking this race from pole position? Well, we'll catch up with him at the end of the race.
It'll be fun.
Good luck.
Thank you.
So it's away we go then. Level 2 gets underway. Love this because so many cars on the track and so much to do in the space of just 3 laps. And welcome our wildcard driver, Nakib Aslan, who has gone from pole position, then Dennis up to P2, Sorensen P3, and all sorts of strife already, as you can see. Oh, and, well, Nakib Aslan, they're not troubled at all. But Leonard Rao, who's also one of our wildcard drivers, it's Aslan from Dennis, from Sorensen, Kita, Cornelis, Stefanko, Much, Chavez, Capet, Joachimsen, and Rao. But Aslan under real pressure now from both Philip Dennis and Lasse Sorensen, who are piling on the pressure.
I have big damage on the left rear.
So Martin Stefanko then with big damage on the left rear, I think we heard. So Nakib then for the wild card then from pole position. Philip Dennis certainly doing the chasing here in P2. Then it's Lasse Sorensen. Then it's Luca Kita. So 3 laps of this Interlagos circuit then. And here comes the first opportunity then to try and get advantage of this slipstream across the line. Then heavy braking into this turn 1. Left-hander, you're running downhill as well. And great onboard shots that we have of the drivers hard at work here. 3 abreast we go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Well, there you can see exactly what happens when it gets as close as it does. And a big beneficiary there, potentially, Fabrice Cornelis, who is now up into that P4 position, beg your pardon, right behind Lasse Sorensen. And really hounding this man, who we can see in shot now, Lasse Sorensen, who, of course, as Nicki has said, leader of the championship at the moment, and wants to right the wrongs of last time out, Lasse Sorensen. Another brilliant onboard shot. The sound of these EX0 cars and the pace of these EX0 cars is absolutely extraordinary. There's level 2 then, as we continue around the Interlagos circuit here in Sao Paulo. 15 really challenging turns for the drivers, 9 of them left-handers, 6 of them are right-handers. And Philip Dennis in shot then, as we come across the line once again. And I have to say, really, really impressive driving from Nakib Aslan then, the wildcard driver, student, champion in E1, and a darn good badminton player as well, as if he needed that today. Doesn't, but all the dexterity he's able to show in shot there. Doing a good job defending now from Luca Kita, who's into that P2 position. Lasse Sorensen P3. Then it's Dennis Cornelis, Capet, Joachimsen, Stefanko, Much, Chavez, and Leonard Rao. So, what can Luca Kita do that all the others that have been following Nakib Aslan have failed thus far? Well, Aslan got it all seemingly under control at the moment. Let's go on once again. You can see just how hard this is. Luca Kita really, his focus, his concentration, it's beyond 100% and beyond but a few corners to do then to round out this level 2 race. And Nakib Aslan then, who from pole position, Luca Kita dives to the inside, tries to get as much as he can, and Lasse Sorensen as well.
Had the biggest moment of my life on the start of the second lap there.
I hope I left you enough room there just now.
Yeah, no, that was good.
GG.
Wow, what a race, guys! Congrats. That was intense. There were some good fights. I still need to look who made it, but yeah, it was fair and pretty clean, which I think is always tricky in level 2. So great job on this difficult track. Really nice to watch.
Well, what a start there. Fantastic result there. Mike, can you hear me all right?
Yes.
Yep, I can hear you.
Oh, good. Sorry, I think there's a slight delay. But yeah, congratulations to
Yeah.
Alan. Gosh. We'll carry on. Okay, I think we are now going to head. I think we've both got slight sound issues, I think, between the two of us, but we will try and talk this race. Mike, who was the standout driver for you?
It's difficult to say. I think there were so many battles going on, but Nakib, I think, was really strong in the front. I mean, he's the first time with us from Axel Sports, and I have to say congrats to him. I wasn't expecting that. Luca Kita did a great job. I mean, Lasse, he was just holding on super close. So yeah, I think we can look forward to some more action on track, but definitely that was good. And I'm sure some guys are not happy. Obviously, it was close. If you lose here, or if you're not in the top 3 of your category, you cannot proceed. So it's always tough in this championship, but that's what we love about it. That we always have winners and losers, and that's what it is all about in our sport.
You know, and it is, yeah, as you mentioned there, it's really hard because you've got 3 laps there. You've got 3 laps to prove yourself. That is not much time, is it? You've kind of got to get into the race. You've got to build up the momentum. You've got to perform. You can't make any mistakes. It's not an easy task, is it?
No, not at all. And I have to say, you know, even though those were the losers, let's say from level 1, they are still, you know, one of the best or the best of their kind. Really good drivers, and it's always tough. I think a small incident or a small mistake in a short race like this has a big influence. So for sure the tension is high. Everybody's sweating and really focused. And this you can see always when you watch them on board. So yeah, it's great. You know, you need a little bit of luck, like always in racing. It's the same over here. So like I said, you have some winners and some losers, and that's what we want to see.
All right. Well, speaking of which, let's take a look at the final results from level 2 and who the winners and the losers are. We've got Nakib Aslan there, who was the wild card for the race, didn't even have the opportunity to qualify in that first level and managed to secure the race win. What a way to start. Luca Kita, Lasse Sorensen, Philippe Dennis, Fabrice Cornelis and Risto Capet have all secured themselves a position in level 3. Unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to the other drivers. Right, okay, so let's take a look back because and a moment, I suppose, to reflect, because one of the first teams to actually commit to the RCCO World EX Championship has a rather special name in the history of motorsport. It is, of course, Williams, and the team of local hero Bruno Senna, also a name that has a long history in Formula One. But it's far more than just a Formula One and esports team. It's also committed to sustainable projects. So let's take a further look.
Williams Esports, as the name suggests, is the professional esports racing outfit from the legendary Formula One team Williams Racing. First established in 2018, Williams Esports has a wealth of experience in top-level motorsport in the virtual world. Although Williams Racing has its roots in Formula One, their esports team took a wider approach compared to many other F1 teams and participated not only in the Formula One esports series.
The industry's growing so quickly, and it's one of those things that we can't just let it disappear. We've got to get involved with everything, and it's exciting as well. It's good to see a variation in sim racing, and it makes it entertaining for the audience, and we want to be involved with that.
With its now more than 32 drivers from 14 countries, the team's track record includes competing in all of the major sim racing competitions, including eNASCAR and MotoGP eSport. Victory in the inaugural Le Mans 24 Hours Virtual highlights their success tally with more than 400 race wins and 50 titles.
Virtual Le Mans last year was probably one of our biggest successes, I think, with the amount of people that were watching the event. I think that was a fantastic boost for the team.
With Williams Advanced Engineering, the Williams company itself is demonstrating its forward-thinking approach by supporting sustainability with innovation through transformational technologies and capabilities. Their unique knowledge of high-performance lightweight batteries has been honed in the highly competitive and demanding motorsport arena, and the company now provides battery systems for the majority of the global electric racing series, including Extreme E and ETCR. This is Level 3.
Okay, so here we have our drivers that are going to be lining up for Level 3, the quarter-final. Alex Buncombe, the debutee, has managed to get himself on pole position. What an achievement! Dries Van Thor there will be lining up with him on the front row. Bruno Senna, Nico Muller, Naquip Aslan, Lasse Sorensen and Philippe Dennis make up the rest of the grid. Right, well, let's have a quick catch up with Nico Muller and see how he is feeling ahead of the quarter-finals. It was a fantastic performance in the quali, and you've secured yourself this spot. But what is the plan from here?
Well, obviously, I need to kind of make it into the first three, and I'm going to give it my best and hopefully, survive the chaos at the start.
You got Dries Van Tor alongside you on the front row. Is that a worry? And I'll let you go racing.
At the moment, I'm worried about getting offline, and I'll see about the rest.
Okay, Buncombe then, and Dries Van Tor. And Dries Van Tor, well, just squeezed out there by Alex Buncombe, who retains that P1 position. And
Lovely.
apologies for Nico's language. Nico frustrated with himself. Nico, if I can be so bold, you made a Horlicks of that, friend. So Nico then got to make his way from the back now. And yes, Nico Muller then right at the back of the pack. It's Buncombe from Van Tor. And look at Lasse Sorensen his way through the order. Buncombe, Van Tor, Senna, Sorensen, Aslan, Dennis. And then it is Nico Muller. So
sorry,
Alex Buncombe then, who had an easy ride in, of course, qualifying earlier on because Frank Bieler couldn't, due to technical difficulties, be part of it, which was a great, great shame. But nonetheless, he's got to hold it all together now, and he's doing that by some 0.5 over. And now looks like Lasse Sorensen has got past Dries Van Tor. No, Dries Van Tor is there in P2, so it is Buncombe from Van Tor. 3 laps to be done here at Interlagos then, as they cross the timing line now. And Dries Van Tor not quite close enough. We go on board with Dries Van Tor now, closing in as they go through the left-hander, run downhill as well. The gap between P1 and P2, you can see at the bottom of the screen, the live gap then, as these drivers and Dries Van Tor, we can see in shot as well, really focused on trying to reel in Alex Buncombe here. So it is the fight that's going on between Rocket Simsport and the esports team WRT for P1 and P2. With Lasse Sorensen then running in P3. And this then is Nico Muller, who is trying to catch up and doing a very good job as well. Come on, Nico, nearly onto the back of Bruno Senna already. Look at the concentration on Nico Muller. He said going into this, he almost felt more anticipation and anxiety than he does ahead of one of his Supreme DTM races, where, of course, he has been vice champion twice. Such a good driver is Nico Muller, and now having to fight from the back of the pack. And so we go back on board now with this lead battle that's going on. Buncombe running just a bit wide there, Dries Van Tor. But Buncombe is maintaining that 5/10 margin between P1 and P2 as another lap is put into the book here. Out wide goes Alex Buncombe to get the perfect trajectory into turn 1. And now Dries Van Tor has got to be very, very concerned about Lasse Sorensen right behind him.
That was my bad.
I already had damage before that.
So Lasse Sorensen then, we can see P3, Dries Van Tor well within his target sights. And within the target sights of Dries Van Tor is Alex Buncombe then. And look at Lasse Sorensen then absolutely charging in his EX0 in this level 3 race. Just 3 laps around this hugely challenging circuit. And Lasse Sorensen giving it everything he can. We are on lap 3 of 3. The final opportunity for Lasse Sorensen to try and get himself ahead of Dries Van Tor. Final opportunity for Dries Van Tor to try and get the better of Alex Buncombe. But Dries Van Tor's rearview mirrors are full of the Lasse Sorensen car. All 3 of them so close. Who's going to get the benefit of the tow here? It's got to be Lasse Sorensen, surely. Come on, Lasse. I have no favourites, but this is just brilliant racing to enjoy. Sorensen then as Dries Van Tor tries to make it as wide as possible.
Bad, Dennis. Didn't mean that.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's all good.
What a race.
Didn't seem like we were going to make it anyways.
Yeah, sadly they were a bit clean on the front there. Kind of gapped out.
Yeah.
Really nice race, guys. I mean, we had a lot of things going on there. Nico, I think, had a tough one, that's for sure. Sorry for him there. I didn't quite see what happened. It looked like Dries and Lasse had a nice fight again there. Alex, congrats. What a first event for you so far. Good job. So yeah, was really nice to watch and some good action again on track.
Yeah, it was pretty tough there for me. I had Dries and that lot behind me, and it was just a case of trying not to make an error, but being fast enough to not let them through. So really pleased to get the win.
Nice, good job.
Wow, phenomenal result there. I mean, gosh, Alex has just put in an absolutely sterling effort for a first race. I mean, he was lucky though. Well, sorry, I shouldn't say lucky. But I think, Van Tor was closing in. I think it was just 500th of a second between the two of them.
Yeah, that's what we always see here with the slipstream on this car. That at the end it gets super close. The straight is not quite long enough to make it. So you have to be super close to make it until start finish in the last lap.
Right, well, let's take a look at the final results classification for level 3. So there we have it. Those top 6 drivers are managed to move to level 4. Alex Buncombe for Rocket Sim Sport is having a brilliant day. Dries Van Tor just 0.05 of a tenth behind Alex has also secured himself the P2. Lasse Sorensen, Bruno Senna, Nakip Aslan and Philip Dennis make up the rest of the drivers who'll be going through to level 4. Right, well, there we have it. So I think it is almost time to move forward to level 4. But before we do, of course, it's not all about just reaching the next level in our RCCO World EX Championship. In fact, actually, before we do that, I think have we got another race? We do have another race. We're going now. We've got the esports drivers in level 3.
There we can see the starting grid for our quarterfinal. Then it's Devin Browner alongside Alan Terzic. Then it's Liam DeVall and Mickey Hoyer, Schmidt and Luca Kita. The first 3 rows of the grid. And then Fabrice Cornelis and Risto Capit in there as well. Here comes the start signal. And let's go racing as we do. It's another 3-lap hotshot run around this extraordinary circuit. So into turn 1 we go then. Devin Browner then and Alain Terzic ahead of Liam DeVall and Mickey Hoyer back down to P4 ahead of Luca Kita, and then it's Thomas Schmidt and Risto Capit and Fabrice Cornelis. However, we have but done a few 100 meters of the tarmac here. So Devin Brown then under pressure from Alain Terzic, P1 and P2.
Cold brakes.
So Devin Browner, you can see in concentration there. Knows that he's got this hard challenger, Alan Terzic, right behind him.
Front left tyre. Rip.
There's a good shot of the number 11 car of Luca Kita. And Luca Kita chasing down that Alan Terzic car. But of course, this is all playing into the hands of Devin Browner because as Alan Terzic is full of defence against Luca Kita, it's just enabling Devin Brown to get up the road. So Luca Kita then piles on the power, and there's plenty of it in these EX0 cars. So running in P3 at the moment, Luca Kita, but well within his target sights is Alan Terzic ahead. Is he close enough to be able to get the draft and use the tow here? Well, let's see. So as they run across the line then, sure enough, Luca Kita is able to get alongside and to the inside. Brilliant move from the...
Go, just go.
Well,
thanks.
It was a brilliant move initially from the Bila driver. So Browner, though, as you can see, he's opened up a margin of almost a
also before, that's why I was
second and a
slow.
half.
Maybe now equally damaged.
So
That
listening
already
to
something
the
I was wrong a
drivers
bit in the corner. You are losing some time.
Yeah.
on their team radio as well. We've lost Mickey Hoyer, regrettably, so it's a 5-way fight now. With 7 drivers, 7-way fight because we lost Mickey Hoyer and Alan Terzic then, and Luca Kita, Devin Brown, still a second and a bit up the road, and looking pretty comfortable. Of course, again, it's another short, sharp, and that's what we love about the World EX Championship. It's just so quick and short, sharp. It's ideal in terms of entertainment value, and of course, all of us racing for the climate. Devin Brown leading by a second and a half then as they head towards the...
It's me.
Timing line again.
Oh, damn.
Oh, yes, it's me. Devin Browner then, 1.5 seconds to the good. And starts the final lap then of this 4.3 kilometer circuit ahead of Alan Terzic, Luca Kita, Liam DeVall, and then it's Schmidt, Capit, and Cornelis. So you can see just how keen Luca Kita is, trying to find a way past Alan Terzic. And they were absolutely side by side. Devin Browner, though, untroubled by this fight that's going on. And the more they can fight, then it just really plays into his hands nicely. So Luca Kita doing everything he possibly can. Good shots where we can see the driver hard at work. The gap just minuscule, 0.3 between P2 and P3, piling on the steering lock into the final sector of the lap then. Piling on the power now, climb slightly uphill, then into this left-hander, just taking the apex. But Devin Browner has been exceptional and heads towards the line. And it is going to be relatively untroubled run to line for Browner, who takes it from from Terzic and Keita P2 and P3. Well done,
Okay,
guys.
I'm still alive. That's
Alan,
good.
nice racing.
Alan, where's your pay? Yeah, that's nice. Oh, too many mistakes on the first lap.
Yeah, fair enough. Cold brakes.
Drifted like 3 corners.
You followed me in turn 4.
What do you
Cold
mean?
brakes, just overshot. You just did it worse than I did.
Yeah.
It was good to watch, guys, especially the battle, I would say, from Alan, Luca, and Liam. Thomas.
Well, I was just a spectator.
Yeah, but it was close. I was thinking those two, they fight so hard that maybe you can take advantage out of it.
True,
Obviously.
I was hoping that. It didn't have to go, sadly.
I was waiting for that, so unfortunately it didn't happen for you, but great job there. I think you all raced it to the limits and was nice to watch again.
Oh, brilliant there. I mean, Luca Keita up from P6 into P3. But let's have a quick catch up with Devon Brown, who was almost 2 seconds ahead of the rest of the pack. Devon. I
I'm
can
not
see
gonna
that
complain
smile.
about that. That's awesome.
Are you surprised?
I mean, I expected Alan to be all over me, so I am surprised. Yes, very. I mean, these guys are not slow, so 2 seconds over 3 laps in this car. Seems very far-fetched, but obviously it happened. So yeah, that's surprising.
It did indeed. Yeah, you can believe it. Let's hope that performance continues in the next level. Congratulations, Devon Brown.
Thank you.
All right, let's now take a look at the final race classification results from level 3. There we go. So, Risto, Capet, Mickey Hoyer, the journey this round is over for you. Unfortunately, they did not make it through, but the top 6 drivers have done. Devon Brown, 2 seconds virtually ahead of Alan Terzic, Luca Keita, Liam Deval, Thomas Schmidt, and Fabrice Cornelis will be going through to the next level 4 here in Interlagos. Okay, so that is level 3 done and dusted. So before we move forward to level 4, I think it's an important time because, of course, yes, we want to reach the next level in the RCCO World EX Championship, but we also want to reach the next level in our fight against the climate crisis. You know, we're talking about getting rid of combustion engines. We want to switch to zero emission drives on our roads, not just in the virtual road. And actually, there's been some really interesting developments in this area since our last race for the climate show. Let's take a look.
Audi last week made a bold statement, announcing that it will cease development of cars with combustion engines in just 4 years. Beginning in 2026, the brand will only release onto the global market new models that are powered purely by electricity. The manufacturer will be gradually phasing out the production of internal combustion engines until 2033. The E1 series has launched the Racebird, which will be used for the new electric powerboat series on circuits located close to shores in the heart of urban areas and alongside Extreme E events. Formula E and Extreme E founder Alejandro Agag is also involved in the E1 series. The Racebird is specially designed for foil-to-foil racing and is capable of reaching speeds of up to 50 knots. The vessel has a peak power of 150 kilowatts and 35 kilowatt-hours of battery capacity. Airspeeder has announced their electric flying race car has had its first unpiloted test flights in southern Australia. The electrical vertical takeoff multicopter has been designed to allow electric flying car races. Airspeeder is planning the first 3 events later this year. Cupra has launched its first fully electrical model. The Cupra Born is based on the Volkswagen MEB platform shared with cars like the Volkswagen ID.3 and the Audi Q4 e-tron. It has rear-wheel drive and up to 170 kilowatts. Cupra claims the 58 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion battery pack will allow a range of up to 540 kilometers with the help of an additional e-boost package. The DTM race at Monza was a historical one for Schaeffler Paravan, as 3 of the cars on the grid were fitted for the first time with the revolutionary Spacedrive steer-by-wire technology. Spacedrive allows people with a disability to drive cars and will be a key technology for autonomous driving. The electronic steering does not require any mechanical connection between the steering unit and the steering gear. 2 new electrical motorsport series had their inaugural events in June. Laurent Pellier and Thierry Salva from Team Santalog Racing became the first winners of a round of the ADAC Opel E-Rally Cup in the Rallye Stemvede in Germany. Former DTM champion Timo Scheider was one of the drivers as a guest entry. At Vallelunga, Cupra driver Michael Ascona won the first round of the Pure ETCR series. Similar to World EX, Pure ETCR puts its 500 kilowatt electric touring cars through short wheel-to-wheel battles. It continues with Level 4, the semi-final.
Okay, so let's take a look at the starting grid. The drivers who are lining up for the semi-final Level 4. We've got Alex Buncombe there in pole position. Gosh, he is having a good day. Alongside him, Dries van Tor, Lasse Sorensen, who is here to defend his championship position. Bruno Senna, a home race for him. Nakib Aslan in row 3, and lining up alongside him is Philip Dennis.
So the cars on the grid then ready to go. This is Level 4, and what a lineup. Buncombe, Vantor, Sorensen, Senna, Aslan, and Dennis. Let's go! Good start there from, I think it was from Bruno Senna, who we're on board with now. Of course, a local hero, wants to do well here. Alex Buncombe then, who's had the time of his life so far, gets just a little bit of a love tap on the back end of his car, but he stays in front, and someone into the wall there, and I have a feeling that might have been Philip Dennis. But Alex Buncombe then, wins strife almost. So Dries van Tor trying to get to the inside of Alex Buncombe, but was unsuccessful as Buncombe right royally closed the door on Dries van Tor. Lasse Sorensen, as always, fighting and charging hard. Then it's Aslan. Nakib Aslan then, who is in P4. So it's Buncombe from van Tor, Sorensen, Aslan. Then it is Bruno Senna and Philip Dennis. Right, on board with Dries van Tor then. Whoa, that's a big sideways moment from Alex Buncombe, but he held on to it. That was brilliant driving. Not the quickest way round there, but Dries was not really in a position to be able to take advantage. And wow, Buncombe is really giving us something of a sideways stunt show here, but he's still very, very quick. And Dries van Tor, his rearview mirror is full of Lasse Sorensen. Here comes Sorensen now. Where's he going to dive? Inside, outside, inside, outside. Well, Dries van Tor puts himself alongside Alex again. Dries van Tor. That unsettled the Buncombe car, played into the hands of Lasse Sorensen, who goes through to pick up the lead. Brilliant opportunistic driving from Lasse Sorensen in the right place at the right time, and boy, did he make it count. Another driver doing extremely well is Aslan, up into P3. So it's all change on this Level 4 race. Just 3 laps is all we have to enjoy this tremendous racing from all of these drivers. This is being led now by Lasse Sorensen. Alex Buncombe P2, then it's Aslan. Dries van Tor, who we go back on board with now, is having to fight his way up from P4. And of course, he was fighting for P1 just a few moments ago. Still very close between all of them. But Lasse Sorensen, once he's got his nose in front, you can see he's created something of a 5/10 gap between himself and Alex Buncombe, who is now running in P2 with Aslan running P3, and this man that we're on board with, Dries van Tor, running in P4. So the long run towards the line now, and we're about to start the final lap in this Level 4 race. And on board with Dries van Tor as he turns in then. Sorensen, Aslan, van Tor, Dennis, and Buncombe then with a mistake, and he's dropped right the way back down to P6 now. So heavy braking then inside that car. Great that we can have that onboard shot to see exactly what it's like. But as I mentioned, once Lasse Sorensen has got his nose in front, he is going to take some real catching. But Nakib Aslan has not given up on this yet. There we can see Dries van Tor, P3. Philip Dennis then is P4, ahead of Bruno Senna and Alex Buncombe, now right at the back of the pack. So Lasse Sorensen then maintaining his lead, increasing it a bit up to a second now. Dries van Tor, who we can see in shot in that P3 position. Philip Dennis then in P4, kicking up a bit of dust. And the final stage of this lap now, it's going to be a commanding victory for Lasse Sorensen, showing just how good he is. Like we needed any proof of that. We know how good he is, and he crosses the timing line and takes the win from Aslan, van Tor, Dennis, Senna, and Buncombe. Wow, what a level 4 race.
Congrats, Lasse. What a race. What a race. Yeah, Alex, I think you had a really good chance, and then it looked like you just missed the brakes into one and lost a bit.
Yeah, unfortunately, just didn't think about the extra speed in the toe and braked in my normal place. Totally my error, and put a wheel on the grass. But yeah, it was a shame. But
It's a shame, yeah. It's racing, but I hope you enjoyed. I really hope you enjoyed. Good. It
really
looked
loved
good,
it.
and it looked like you were really competitive, and looking forward
Thank
to
you
see
very
you
much.
back.
Thank you. Thanks, Mike.
Dries, on your car, it looked like you had a little bit of front damage.
Yeah, I think in turn 1, I touched Alex. Wasn't my meaning, but yeah, then I think I had some damage, and then tried to go for the lap 2, but we both ran wide, and yeah, then it was just trying to get back to dirt.
Yeah, it was okay. Managed to hold on.
Exactly.
So there we have it. Lasse Sorensen back to his winning ways, which is what he set out to do today. So I'm sure he's, well, feeling quietly confident, do you think? Or is it too early to say, Mike?
I think he's very confident, but I have the feeling that Devin is also hard to beat. So my bets are on those two in the final. Let's see. In the super final, I mean, actually.
Yeah, exactly. 2 more rounds still to go, of course, the super final, the final and the super final. Let's take a look at the final race classifications. So there you can see it's getting down to the business end of the competition. 3 drivers out, Philip Dennis, Bruno Senna and Alex Buncombe we say goodbye to. But on to the next round, level 5. The final is Lasse Sorensen, Nicki Aslan and Dries van Tor. So, yeah, we've still obviously got another semi-final, the esports drivers coming together. Devin Brown is going to be on pole position. That should be interesting. What do you think, Mike? Devin Brown against Alan Terzic, head-to-head on the front row.
Yeah, it looked like I said, Devin has a little bit of an edge tonight, but you never know. It's all about the start, being clean. I think at the end, you need to be smart to make it to the final. So I hope we see again very clean racing, because this is what I'm really happy about tonight. It's so easy in sim racing to be a bit too aggressive, as the consequences are not like in reality. Obviously, it's not as expensive. So yeah, I'm very proud about the drivers that they behave like that.
Yes, it's definitely not sore on the wallet when you crash these cars.
Exactly, but still, if you take it serious and as a sportsman, it's important to stay, let's say, within the rules. And I have to say, we have a really good level with all those guys, and this is so cool, because we don't want to see a crash festival, and we want to really see who is the best at that day. And yeah, so far I'm very proud.
Yeah, no, it's a really good point you make. Well, let's go over to the starting grid for level 4 with our esports drivers.
So going from P1, Devin Brown and Alan Terzic alongside. Then it's Luca Kita and Liam Duvall and Thomas Schmidt and Fabrice Cornelis. And a very good point Mike has made. All the drivers should be very, very proud. Good, clean, tidy racing. It's what we love. And we are just a few seconds away from the start of this 4 race. Bit of a delay then before the start, making the anticipation build still further. And here we go, 3 laps underway. Very good start from Alan Terzic. Is Devin Braun going to be able to get to the inside, though, and maintain that inside line? Well, he touches Alan Terzic, and that means that Devin Brown goes from hero to 0. He's right at the back of the pack now as Alan Terzic leads from Liam Duvall. Then it's Fabrice Cornelis and Luca Kita and Schmidt and Browner then. So here is our new race leader. Terzic, he got a very good getaway right at the start of the race, and he made it count. And, of course, the contact from Devin Brown just played into the hands of Alan Terzic, who leads from Liam Duvall, who is P2. So what can Duvall do now to reel in Alan Terzic? And Fabrice Cornelis, of course, in P3, he'll be seeing his chances. The WRT driver, who is currently running in P3. So there we can see that Luca Kita doing everything he can as well from that P4 position to try and reel in Fabrice Cornelis. And I have to say at the moment he is doing that. And beginning to catch up as well is Devin Browner. So Schmidt also in that mix there running in P5 too. This Interlagos circuit, parts of it are so technical. It was really interesting listening to Mike and also Dries Vantol previously talking about just how it is critical to get this turn 1 right. And Alan Terzic did that at the start of this level 4 race. No question about that. So let's go back on board then, and we can see what it's like from a driver's eye perspective. Running down this long straight here. And on board with Luca Kita, who's reeling him in. Fabrice Cornelis, and he apologizes for the little love tap on the back of Fabrice Cornelis. And all of it just working for Alec, although Liam Duvall is getting more close now than he has been before. The gap between Terzic in P1 and Liam Duvall in P2 is just a matter of tenths. But we stay with Luca Kita running in P4 and chasing down Fabrice Cornelis. Takes certainly more of the curb than Fabrice did. And I just wonder if that perhaps cost Luca Kita a little bit of time. So Terzic continuing to lead from Liam Duvall as they head now across the start-finish straight. You can see Fabrice Cornelis in that P3 position. Then it is Luca Kita. Devin Brown has managed to come back and get past Schmidt, so he's up to P5 now. Good recovery from Devin Browner. And here comes the race for P1 then. And Duvall trying to get the benefit of the slipstream off the back of the Duvall car, of the Terzic car. And certainly under pressure now. Fabrice Cornelis, who is being hounded by Luca Kita. And as I said, Devin Browner is up to that P5 position now. What a battle going on here between Cornelis and Luca Kita. Fantastic seesawing between P3 and P4, between Fabrice Cornelis and Luca Kita. They are virtually joined together, these two. And Luca Kita, Fabrice Cornelis, the level of concentration from the WRT driver. Of course, we have the few remaining turns to do. It looks like Terzic has got it all under control for P1. However, P2, Liam Duvall, where is it going to go for P3? That is going to be one to not take a gamble on, I would suggest. And I tell you what, Alan Terzic has now been reeled in by Liam Duvall as well. This could be a very close finish for this level 4 race. We are on the final lap, and it's now or never for these drivers as they head towards the timing line. I think Terzic has done enough.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. GG.
So in the end, Terzic,
It was
Turn
close,
1.
man.
Oh man, how much thousands was that at the line?
Oh, holy shit.
Good race, man.
My heart, what the fuck?
But the damages.
That was nice to watch, guys. I mean, congrats to the top 3, but definitely Fabrice and Luca. It looked like you had a lot of fun, a lot of fun, even though if you watch Luca on board, it just looks so relaxed, man. It's unbelievable. I mean, you were fighting so hard. That was super nice and super tough. Good job to give each other enough room. And yeah, again, this is what I really like to see, and I really enjoyed watching it. You know, as a spectator, you can feel the tension there. That was nice. Good job, guys.
All right, well, there we have it. The final result. So close, battling for P3, but it was Fabrice Cornelis who managed to secure it for his esports team WRT. Unfortunately, commiserations for Luca Kita, Devin Brown and Thomas Schmidt, whose racing will be over for the rest of today. But congratulations to Alan Terzic, Liam Deval and Fabrice, who are going through to the next level. Now, before we carry on with the two final races left, with those drivers battling it out here in Interlagos, actually now are going to go to introduce our stunning, our quite incredible electric car, the car that all the drivers are having the opportunity to experience today, the EX0. And it is, of course, the world's fastest virtual electric racing car. And, well, the concept of racing for the climate, every lap counts, quite literally. Let's take a look.
The EX0 is the world's fastest virtual electric race, created by Le Mans winner and DTM champion Mike Rockenfeller, with the help of technical partners from the real racing world. In theory, the car could become reality. Right now, the virtual version is exclusively available for the R-Factor 2 racing simulation. The X stands for Experimental Electric Prototype, 0 for zero emissions. With 1000 HP and 1000 kilograms, the EX0 power-to-weight ratio of 1:1, allowing lap times close to those of the latest LMP1 hybrids. The car accelerates from 0 to 200 kilometers per hour in just 4.6 seconds and is able to reach a top speed of approximately 384 kilometers per hour on the lowest drag configuration. It has 2 forward gears and 4-wheel drive with 2 electric engines, one at the front, one at the rear axle. The 85 kilowatt battery allows about 15 minutes of racing. Together with partners like Formula E and DTM champions at Sportsline, RCCO will keep the EX0 in line with the development of zero-emission drivetrains in the real world. In future, also allowing car brands to develop their own cars for the platform. And all this with a clear purpose, creating awareness for the climate crisis and collecting donations. Each lap completed in the RCCO World EX Championship increases the hashtag Racing for the Climate jackpot, which will be devoted to a climate conservation project selected by the world champion at the end of the season. In the first 4 rounds, 503 laps have been completed, which adds up to a total of €5,030. World EX has partnered with crowdfunding specialists Fundraiser from Canada to collect as many donations as possible, offering fans special incentives they cannot buy. Let's move on to level 5, the final.
Absolutely, it is time to see who is going to be lining up. It's the first time we see our top 3 pro drivers go head-to-head with our top 3 esports drivers. Lasse Sorensen on pole position, alongside him, Alan Terzic. Then we've got Nicki Aslan. Lining up alongside him is Liam Deval, and then Dries van Doorn and Fabrice Cornelis finish up the grid.
And the grid assembles then. What a race this is likely to be. Was there just a little hint of a jump start from Alan Terzic then? Lasse Sorensen, Terzic side by side. A great move from Aslan up into P3 and battling for P2 as Lasse Sorensen tries to escape up. So it's Sorensen from Terzic, from Aslan, Deval, then it's Cornelis and Vantor. And Lasse Sorensen then certainly seems to have got his mojo back, and Terzic under real pressure from Nicki Aslan, who is in that P3 position at the moment. So Sorensen, Terzic, Aslan, Deval, Cornelis and Vantor. Then the way it looks for the 6 so far. So this man, he just looks so cool. That is Naqib Aslan that we can see in shot here. Hard at work in his sim, doing a great job is Naqib Aslan, running in that P3 position. And a very, very good driver. No question about that. However, of course, it is all about where you finish in this race. This level 5, another short, sharp 3-lap. Lasse Sorensen then, as I mentioned just a few moments ago, he really seems to have got his mojo back here in Interlagos. And loving this Sao Paulo circuit, all 4.3 kilometers and 15 turns that it offers as they put the first lap in the book then. And Alan Terzic now gets very, very close to Lasse Sorensen, but probably carries too much speed, which means he's vulnerable now to Naqib Aslan, who is in P3. So can Aslan take advantage of the fact that Terzic is trying so hard to get ahead of Lasse Sorensen or get on terms with Lasse Sorensen? On board with Alan Terzic then, who maintains that P2, and there's just literally a couple of tenths between Terzic and Aslan, and then behind them, De Waal and Vantor are having such a big battle. What we would say is a ding-dong battle over that P4 place, and trying to buy into that as well, Fabrice Cornelis. So, Sorensen continuing to lead, but this real fight going on here with Dries Vantor, and also the number 29 car looks resplendent of Liam De Waal, who's currently P4. Then it's Dries Vantor, then it is Fabrice Cornelis. So Sorensen extending his lead still further. It's up to just over a second now. And for the moment, Lasse Sorensen is completely untroubled by Alan Terzic. Let's get a live gap then as they cross the timing line now. 1.226. And Lasse Sorensen turns in to turn number 1 through these, of course, and this is the last lap. So Lasse Sorensen keeping it nice and tidy. So Sorensen from Terzic, from Aslan, from De Waal, from Vantor, from Cornelis. Oh, and a big, big run wide there for Liam De Waal, I think that was, who now very nearly did very good job of keeping it out of the wall there. That, of course, playing into the hands nicely of Dries Vantor and Fabrice Cornelis, but it's all about P1 and P2. And Lasse Sorensen then, the TK9 E-Speed driver that we are on board with now, got a brilliant start and has, truthfully, not really looked troubled for the remainder of the race. Alan Terzic has thrown absolutely everything out of it to try and get on terms with Lasse Sorensen, but his superiority, absolutely brilliant. So Lasse Sorensen then with all eyes on the timing beam, and Lasse Sorensen heads now towards the line and takes the win from Alan Terzic, P2. Then it was Aslan, Cornelis, De Waal, and Vantor. Well done, Lasse Sorensen.
Wow, huge congratulations there. That was a very, very strong race. Sorensen there. At least a good second and a half ahead of the rest of the gang at most points in that race.
Yeah, it was a really, really good race. I got a good start, and I put a gap quite early, so it was all about just keeping the head down and just focus forward, and then don't brake too late. That's an easy thing to do on this track. So yeah, just trying to be stable.
Yeah, it will be nice to see Alan now in the super final.
It's gonna be good.
Another fight for one lap.
Absolutely, and always good to see a pro driver coming head-to-head with an esports driver. But I was actually, amazing the timings there. The fact that you have such close racing, it really is quite incredible.
It's improving the
All right then. Well, Lasse Sorensen, we will let you get prepared ahead of the final. Let's go across to the final results classifications. So there we have it. This is crunch time. Only 2 drivers have made it through to the final, the grand final, the super final. It is Lasse Sorensen for TK9 E-Speed and Fabrice Cornelis, the East W WRT driver. Congratulations to the two of them. Commiserations for the other drivers, but I'm sure they'll be back here for round 6 stronger than ever before.
It's all or nothing, the super final.
All right, well, here we are again. We're heading into the super final. Lasse Sorensen, final words before the race. What is the strategy?
Get in front. I think that's it, and then break the slipstream. That's going to be the key. I really want this third win here, so let's do a triple now.
Excellent. Well, there we go. Let's take a look at the starting grid. It's going to be a short one. There we have it, lining up alongside each other. It is Lasse Sorensen on pole position and Fabrice Cornelis alongside him. All right then, well, good luck to Lasse Sorensen and Fabrice Cornelis. We'll chat to you at the end of this race. Find out who is going to be the winner here in Interlagos.
Long time ago, Lasse.
Yeah. Last time was at Solda, I think.
Yeah.
You sitting in the simulator, me doing some NASCAR races, and yeah. Now we're here, electric cars.
Good luck, man.
Good luck.
Great chats between the two of them. Lasse Sorensen, Fabrice Cornelis. Then we are just a couple of seconds away from the start of the super final. One lap is all it is, and Lasse Sorensen knows how important the start here is. He can afford to get this wrong as Fabrice Cornelis tries to come around the outside. There's a little touch between the two of them, but Lasse Sorensen has got his nose in front. It's Fabrice Cornelis that's going to have to do all the fighting and all the chasing here. It's Lasse Sorensen then from Fabrice Cornelis. Here comes Cornelis on the outside of Lasse Sorensen. It's a long way around the outside, but the Team WRT driver is going to have a go for it here. This is superb between both of them. Excellent respect. Great driving standards from both of them as well. And Fabrice Cornelis on the inside here. And this incredible speed that Lasse Sorensen is able to conjure up just keeps Fabrice Cornelis at bay for the moment. Brilliant driving and respectful driving from both of them. Side-by-side action. Superb stuff. So, where can Fabrice Cornelis do it? Of course, the obvious place is into and across the finish line. Of course, he wants to try and do it before then if he can. So, has Lasse Sorensen done enough to make it 3 out of 3?
Good race, man.
Good race. First final for you.
He has.
Yeah, actually.
That's a good one then.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Congratulations, mate.
Yeah.
Well done, Lasse Sorensen. P1.
One more time. But I didn't know I have to apologize to the spectator. I know that Alan had a jump start in the final before, and that's why he basically didn't make it, because I was sure to see you against him. So great job, Fabrice. It was really close. I thought you had him because it looked like in turn 5, 6, you were on the better line. But yeah.
Yeah, he managed to take the outside there on the next corner, which was quite good.
Yeah, it was really, really good. It was intense. Good job, guys. Super nice to watch you in the super final. And yeah, again, very close. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Huge congratulations there. Fabrice, was it fun to be in your first super final?
Yeah, I need to say this is quite tense because it's just one lap against good drivers. But I was happy already to be here. A bit surprising because I thought Alan had it, but I heard he had a jump start in the final. So anyway, happy. Yeah, I got to the super final this time. So looking forward to more next time.
Yeah. Huge congratulations. Right now, I think it's time to catch up with our overall winner of the day. It is, of course, Lasse Sorensen. Here he is again. Oh, God. What a fantastic result. Winning again here in Brazil.
Yeah, amazing feeling, to get the third win here. It's just getting more and more competitive, the championship. So I really enjoyed to be a part of the whole concept here, and yeah, to race against these good drivers and be able to follow them and actually win the races is quite a good feeling for me, I would say. So thanks to obviously TK9 Tom Christensen. I know he's watching that. I can call him
well,
old guy without him getting angry.
well, we better say a big hello to TK. Well, maybe we should get him involved in, you know, in one of the races. Tom,
I think so, yeah, but I think he will be up for it definitely. He already did a couple of laps in the simulator, so it just takes some more time for the older people to get used to the simulator.
Oh, harsh words, harsh words. Well, I'm sure he's now going to be pretty determined to come and show you who's boss.
Yeah.
That'd be great to have him involved, that's for sure. Well, congratulations to you and to Tom Christensen and the rest of the team. Well done. Here we have it, today's race results. It is, of course, the man we just spoke to, the driver for Tom Christensen, who is hopefully watching, has been cheering him on and providing the luck that he needed, and of course, the skill too for TK9 eSpeed. That is where the drivers sit at the end of today's race results. Now let's take a look at the Drivers' Championship. So there we have it, Lasse Sorensen. Unbelievable there. 3 points overall. 3 times he stood on the top step. Risto Capet there is in second place. Standings, it is, of course, in position 1. TK9 eSpeed. Wow. Well, that was unexpected. Good to see Lasse Sorensen back on top there. Mike, how would you summarize today's racing?
Well, a lot of really good and clean racing. Not recent, so that's really positive. We just have some discussions going on due to the jumpstart decision of Alan. I didn't see it, to be honest, and I hope race control is right. If not, it's really a shame for Alan, and we have to sort it out. But other than that, I think we had no big discussions. So a lot of good racing, like we saw and commented already. Really enjoyed it. Lasse is unbelievable good. But we had also surprises. I think Alex did a great job until he missed the corner. So I think there was a lot of good, action going on and great racing.
Yeah, I mean, what an amazing debut. That really was a solid performance from Alex Buncombe there. Congratulations to him. Yes, although it was obviously a challenging day, but of course, a huge amount of pressure when it comes down to a racing format like this one. Well, Mike, it's been an absolute pleasure as always. Towards the end of the show, so I think it's almost time to say goodbye.
Yeah, thanks, Nicki. I think we were all quite nervous, to do it live the first time, and I think we can be quite happy, and for sure we will improve a bit. But I think overall, thanks to everybody involved, for making it happen. I think, we had a lot of stress the last few weeks to do it live the first time. So thank you for watching.
Yeah, no, it's a very good point, Mike. We've got to thank our viewers. Hopefully they to us with any small technical glitches that we may have incurred. But it was brilliant doing it live. It definitely provided the buzz that we were all hoping for. So it really just leaves me to say a huge thank you for watching and coming together for episode 5 of Racing for the Climate, and of course the EX Prix of Brazil. An incredible amount of action to really celebrate and look back on. But there's not much time to look back, because soon we are heading forward round of the World EX, as we'll be heading to another iconic racetrack, Estoril in Portugal. I do love Estoril. Unfortunately, we can't go there and head to the beach, but it will still be a very special race, because for the first night ever in the history of World EX, we have a night race on our hands. Revealed now to all of our drivers. So hopefully they're going to be putting in the hours, putting in the practice to provide some more entertaining racing. Huge thank you to all. We see you again very soon. And in the meantime, do keep fighting for the climate. Take care.